Alright class, now that the video is over, could everyone please grab your thinking journals, a good pencil, and your wonderful thinking caps and head on over to the carpet, and we're going to answer a few questions about our video first, and then we will begin learning all of our prefixes and suffixes that we need to play our game this afternoon. Alright, so today we're going to listen to our new song, which we just did. Then we're going to learn some fun new words. Then we are going to play our bingo game. And then we will have a fun story time. Alright, so everyone turn to a blank sheet of paper in your thinking journals. Alright, so on that blank sheet of paper at the top, I want you to write today's date, June 27th, 2020, alright? That's today's date, and our lesson today is prefixes and suffixes, just like the video. Alright, so before we start, can anyone tell me what the video said that a prefix is? Right, it's something that goes at the start of the word. When the prefix comes at the start of the word, and a suffix comes where? At the end. Perfect. Okay, so prefix comes at the start, suffix comes at the end, and what do they make when you add them to the word? It makes a whole new word. It has a whole new definition, everything. So now that we have that, we're going to start learning our own prefixes and suffixes that are going to help us with today's lesson. And your thinking caps are just going to explode because it's so much new information. Okay, so we're going to start with prefixes first. So everyone get the top of your paper, you have this on your header, and then go ahead and write prefixes in the middle. So that's where we're going to start with. Right? And underline it so you know that's the topic that we're starting with. Our first prefix that we're going to learn is going to be un. U-N, just like the sang in the song. So un, U-N. And after a prefix, you put that right there so that you know the word comes after it, right? Okay, so the definition for un is not or to reverse something. So we're just going to write not or to reverse. And our example for that one, I'm going to use it in a sentence to explain it to y'all. So, yesterday, my son wasn't being friendly. He wasn't being very nice. He didn't want any of the toys I wanted to play with, and he didn't want to play with me. He was being very unfriendly. He wasn't being nice. Y'all ever have those days where you're just not friendly, you're tired, and so you're unfriendly, right? You're unkind, unfriendly. So we're going to write those as our examples, okay? Unkind and unfriendly. The next one we're going to learn is re. R-E. This means back or again. So before we have a big test, right, we look back on all the information that we learned. We use our thinking caps. We think real hard. We're looking back over things. We're reviewing them. We revisit all the old information from the beginning of the semester. So for this one, you're going to write review, all right? That's the definition. Make sure y'all are underlining the prefixes on your examples, okay? It's very important and it will help you in today's game. So the next one we're going to do is N or M. I-M, all right? I-N or I-M. This is a double one, okay? So in means in, into, or not. So write down all three of those words, in, into, or not. And a good example is when we go to recess, we're outside, right? We're outside, we're playing, we're having fun on the swings. But right now we're inside, we're learning inside. So that's going to be the word we'll use for this one, is inside. Make sure you underline your prefix. Alright, I'm going to erase so I have some more room. The next prefix we're going to use is pre. Alright, P-R-E. This means before. So this good example for this is, where does a prefix go? Where? Before the word. So your example for this is already on your paper, prefix. It's so easy to remember for y'all, and it shows that it goes before the word. It's a good way to help you remember the definition for pre, and it helps you remember where your prefix goes so you don't get it confused, right? So our example is prefix. Underline pre. So next one we're going to do is A. Just the letter A, alright? So you write down A. The definition for that means not, in, on, or without. So not, in, on, or without. And a definition for that is, okay, after this lesson, we're going to take our thinking journals and our pencil, and we're not going to need them anymore because we're going to be playing bingo. So we're going to put them away. We don't need them. They're going to go to the side. We're going to set them aside. We're going to be without our thinking journals, right? So that's going to be aside. Aside. And then the last one that we're going to do is dis or diff, okay? Dis and diff. This means that it's away, separate, or not. The state of not doing something, right? So away, not, or separate. So if you lie, you're not telling the truth, right? You're not being honest, and that's really mean, so we don't lie, right? It's hurtful to lie to people. So we're at that time when we lie, we're being dishonest. So that's going to be our example, okay? Dishonest. All right. So that's going to be the prefixes we're going to use for today's game. It's going to be important that you have all of those in your thinking journal, so I hope everyone wrote them down correctly, okay? We're going to change our header or add a new header to the bottom of our page or wherever we're at. And for this one, we're going to write suffixes. S-U-F-F-I-X-E-S. Suffixes. And the first suffix we're going to learn is S or ES, okay? So S or ES. And when we write those, we put the line before the letter because that's where the word is, right? So it helps us know where the word is. Leave that in your thinking cap. The definition is more than one, all right? So in your lunch kit, what all do you have? You have your sandwich and chips and fruit gummies and the juice, and maybe some yogurt. So you have snacks. You have more than one snack, right? You have gummies and chips. There's more than one chip in the bag, so it's chips. If you just have one, you have a chip. So for this one, our example is going to be snacks, because we all love some snacks. All right, make sure you underline your suffix too. And then our next word is going to be ED. So ED. This means a state of the past, so it's behind us. We don't do it anymore. We did it, right? good example for this one is what did y'all do yesterday? Y'all went to art class and did what? Y'all painted, right? Y'all painted and you colored. So what's y'all's favorite example for this one? Painted. Yeah, that was fun, huh? So you painted. Something you did. It was in the past. You did it yesterday. The next one is ing. So ing. This means you're doing something, right? So what are y'all doing right now? You're writing, right? You're not just write, you're writing. And y'all are learning. Y'all have these big thinking caps on. Y'all are thinking, y'all are learning. You're taking in so much new information. So we're going to write 2 for this one just because it's that good. So we're going to write you're thinking. And you're learning. Make sure you underline the ing in both of those words, okay? Alright, the next one is ly. So, ly. This means how you're doing something. How. So a good example is when y'all go play out on the playground, you don't want to get hurt, right? So you're being safe. That's how you're playing. You're playing safely. You want to do it safe. Or when you're playing with your friends, you're being friendly. You're not being mean. You don't want to be nasty. You're being friendly. So we're going to write safely. Okay, that's our example. Safely. Okay, and then the last one that we're going to learn today is ER or OR. So ER and OR. This means comparing or an action or one who. So, one who or comparing. So we're going to do 2 examples for this one because it's a little more difficult, just so that y'all understand. So for one who, what's a good example? What are y'all? Yes, you're students, but you're learners. Y'all are learning all the information that I'm teaching to you. And me, I'm a teacher. I'm doing something. I'm one who teaches. So you can write learner or teacher. Okay? And then comparing. That's another one we need an example for. So yesterday, I bought an apple at lunch, and so did Miss Wilson. And my apple was bigger than hers. It was larger. I'm comparing our apples, right? And mine was bigger, because I always have the bigger apple. I pick the best apples. So, mine was larger. That's our example. We're comparing our apples. Larger. Okay? All right. Everyone have all that with you? Good. All right. So I need my student helpers. You're doing something right. Okay. So I need my student helpers to come up here, and you're going to pick up 1 bingo sheet for each group and 1 baggie of cards. Okay. So for the bingo sheet, y'all are in y'all's groups. You're listening, right? Okay. So to win bingo, I'm going to call out the words. I'm going to call out words like side or honest or close or friend, and y'all have to decide if you want to put a prefix or a suffix or both or multiple of them with the letter. And to win bingo, you'll win a straight line up and down or to the side, or you can win a diagonal, okay? And you can use your free space with any leftover cards you have because you're not going to use all of them. But inside the baggie, there's cards. Like this one has an S on it. Just that's the suffix S. And you'll find a word, like on here, okay, she walks or helps or reads. So you'll just add the S to it, okay? She paints. She swims. She fixes. She's kind. Okay, so you'll add the S to that, and then if all yours correct at the end, I'll come through and I'll grade them and make sure that all your information is right. And everybody will get a sticker and a small prize after class. So whoever has a sticker can come see me after class, and we will determine if you got them right, and you'll get your prize out of the treasure chest. So my helpers come pass out the bingo sheets, and then after we finish bingo, we're going to read a couple books on if you are a prefix or a suffix. They're really interesting, and we'll have a little questions over those, and then we will win our prizes, okay?